Yeah, I mean, our focus is 100% on Atlanta. We know that it's a good team with some really great attacking talent, a team that's organized with and without the ball. So, it's been a week of preparing for them. We're excited to be back in front of the fans in Geodis for the second weekend in a row. It's been a place that we've been able to get a real big boost from the fans. We've been able to put good performances and get good results at home, and our expectations and our standards are the exact same, and we expect to be able to go out and execute Saturday night.
Thanks, Coach. Start with Bob.
Would like to see another one of those blowouts this week?
Huh?
Would like to see another blowout this week?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're about scoring goals. So, yeah, everything that we do is we want to try to score as many goals as we can. That's the name of the game. But at the same time, we follow the way we want to, prepare for each opponent. We have a lot of respect for Atlanta. We know the attacking talent that they have. They're going to be in every single game, and it's going to be our job to make sure that we try to neutralize that and create some goal-scoring chances.
What did you learn from that game?
I mean, for us, we were really happy with sort of the mentality after you get one to get two, and I think from 2 to 3 was like 2 minutes. So, yeah, we want to be aggressive. We want to be a team that's able to, like you said, score goals. The other thing that we learned about is not only having that mentality, but being able to score goals in different ways. And that was a big thing that we took away. Whether it's in transition, whether it's through attacking set pieces, whether it's through build-up. We know every phase of the game might not be perfect every night, but if we're good enough in a couple, then we still think we can score enough goals to win.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, BJ, just at this point of the season, kind of looking at the kind of big picture view of how the team is performing, what are some areas that you're really happy with, and what are kind of some areas that you're focusing on trying to improve in the last 6 games?
Yeah, I mean, I think our offensive output has been good. We haven't shied away the idea that we want to score 50 goals from day one. I think we've said that, and we've I think gone out and done a pretty good job of making that be a real possibility and happen. I think defensively we've had some really good defensive games. We've had some games that we haven't been great defensively, but collectively I think we're becoming better. We're becoming more stable. We're becoming clear on who we are, and then I would say, building on the positive of the defense is like we're still a team that's hard to score against. So even though maybe in the middle of the field we can be a little bit better through that. I think we've done a good job of being difficult to finally get a goal against us. At least you have to earn it, most of them. And so, proud of the group for that. And it's kind of like what we say, like regardless, we want to be tough to play against. And I think that's the big takeaway that we've had so far this season. I think is that we are.
How important is it to still have kind of position battles and fighting for spots? I think a lot of times we probably see teams kind of get settled at this point in the season, but you have like Gaston and Patrick and Eddie all fighting for spots, Tyler coming back, and now everybody fighting for the wings, even like center backs fighting for spots. How important is that competition at this point?
I think it's paramount if you want to be a top level team. We don't want any comfort to come into this group. That's not what we're about. We're about competing in a healthy way, and I think we do have competition at a lot of spots. My job continues to get harder and harder, I feel, each week in that aspect, and that's a credit to the players. That's a credit to the players, the way they come in and work and compete every single day, but also the same way, the way they support each other, and that's a really, I think, healthy environment, and something that we continue to build here.
BJ, going back to Atlanta, it's the closest geographically, at least, to Nashville MLS team. There's been this huge shout sort of for a rivalry between the two teams, but over the years there hasn't really been a true rivalry feeling to these games often. What are your thoughts on that, and is that something, it's more of a fandom thing, but do you, from on the pitch or on the sideline, kind of care about that, or does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I think I do believe that it's important to the club. I believe it's important to the fans, and so for us, we know that games against Atlanta always have a little extra, energy to them. And I know that it's very difficult to play when you go down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and we now know that when you come to Geodis, it's going to be really difficult to play, and that's credit to the fans. And so for us, like I said, we have a healthy respect for Atlanta to begin with, but we also know there's a little whether you want to call it rivalry or just because of the geographic location. Yeah, I think it's healthy for our sport, right? You want to have that, and we know that it'll be a really competitive match Saturday.
And then going to from last season and how, maybe, there were a lot of setbacks for Nashville SC specifically, and even when you came in, you guys weren't able to make the playoffs, to where you are right now, and there's clear improvements on everything you've done and the players have done. Have you personally or the team as a whole taken a moment to look at that progress and maybe, be not satisfied but happy with the progress you've made so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think each week we kind of make sure that we look back to look forward in what we're doing well and things that we need to improve upon. And yeah, I think for me, there's certainly, credit to the players. There's certainly a lot more things that we're looking back at, and it's positive. And we're trying to build as much as we can in those positives. But at the same time, this group itself is built to not be complacent. They're hungry. The locker room's hungry. They want more. They expect more out of each other. And so for us, like I said from the beginning, like this is chapter 6 of Nashville SC's history. And we're going to try to write the best chapter 6 that we can control. And where that lands, it lands. But I know that the team is, really motivated and hungry, and have been doing a great job pushing it as far as they can.
Claire.
BJ, it seems like Atlanta, at least I believe that it's one of those teams this season in the MLS that their record doesn't show what they're capable of for sure. What makes them particularly dangerous for Nashville this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, for me, we don't necessarily reflect on a team's record. We analyze it through their structure, the way they play, and their individual talent. And when you look at that, I would just, starting with that front four, it's a really dangerous group of guys that can beat you in many different ways, right? So whether it's, guys' ability to go one-on-one and cut inside, whether it's Moranchuk being able to shoot from distance or play make, whether it's a fullback attacking and able to, get a high volume of crosses to, part of the season was Latela. Now you have Thierry. There's dangerous weapons, and they can score at any single time. And so for us, it's making sure that we're really organized defensively to make sure that gives us opportunities to win the ball, and then can we use the ball effectively to create goal scoring chances.
Now, when you look at obviously Nashville chances of making the playoffs are big because of the position you're playing and everything. But for the rest of the stuff that is in play right now, what needs to happen for Nashville to actually, run particularly well to get the Supporters' Shield or even finish first on the East Conference?
Yeah, I mean, from day one, we know we have to earn our way into the playoffs. It's kind of like 2 seasons, and the first season is earn your way into the playoffs and try to get the best seed that you can earn for that. And that's what we're focused on. And how that is play the next game, prepare to win the next game. If you win games, you control as much as you can control your final destination. And that's what we're focused on, is putting in really good performances, going through each week, putting our work in with the end result of having an expectation that we want to win the game.
We'll go to Jacob on the Zoom.
Yeah, BJ, last week Sam Surridge took the lead in the Golden Boot race back with his pair of goals. Hani Mukhtar won the Golden Boot 2022. I guess what would a second Golden Boot winner in 4 years mean for Nashville SC as a club?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great achievement for the club, all of us can be proud of. When you have players that are able to excel, and it's an achievement where I think we know that the game's a team game, and so everyone can, I guess, take a piece of that and know that we all played a part in it. And when for most part, when you have guys scoring goals, your team is doing well. And for us, that's what we hope that continues and continues to propel us over, this Saturday and moving forward.
And with this being your last game before 2 weeks off before FC Cincinnati, is this a chance to maybe, I don't know if go all out is the right word, but is this a chance to maybe do some things you wouldn't do if you have a tougher, more congested schedule coming up in terms of maybe substitutions, playing style, or lineup choices or anything like that?
No, we're going to do exactly what we do each and every week. We prepare the same way. We're going to put out what we think is the best 11. We're going to field the best 20. and we're going to, go after trying to win the game here at home. And then, like you said, the window will happen, and we'll take a break, and we'll be ready to go when it resumes.
John Glennon on Zoom.
Jay, I know you touched earlier on the goal of 50 goals, and not to jinx you, but certainly appears like you're well on your way to hitting that. Just wonder, obviously some of it there's been some new personnel, but maybe tactically, are there one or two things that you can kind of point to, kind of broad picture themes that have resulted in the total the way it is right now?
No, I think our whole mindset is as coaches and as a staff, is to put the players in position to showcase their strengths, and have them feel comfortable with the clarity in the roles and responsibilities that they have, that they can express themselves. And I think what you've been able to see is a collective group of guys, and not only who starts, but who's been called up to play in different roles throughout the season, is to try to set each guy up to showcase their strengths and to be able to make an impact on the team. And I think, from there, a lot of guys on the team have stepped up and have done that.
And just apologies if you answered this earlier, but Daniel Levitz, any update on his situation going into this game?
Yeah, so Dan is basically day-to-day right now. A lot of it is due to, I would just say, pain tolerance, necessarily then like re-injury. So coming off of the field just now, we'll reassess it before we're able to name the 20.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks, Coach. We'll be right back with Jacob.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's always an honor to get called up. Obviously, my last time there with Canada was a tough ending, but it's always nice to get called up, get back with that brotherhood, represent your country, and it's going to be a cool 2 travel places, Romania and Wales, so it's quite a travel, but it's going to be a lot of fun and just a new experience. And then Atlanta?
Yeah.
Atlanta's always fun. The rivalry we have, there's always that added energy that goes into it, especially at home. I feel like our fans bring it even more than any other game. So, I always have a lot of fun in these games.
Thanks, Jacob. Start with Bob.
Last week it kind of turned into a blowout. What was it that was it infectious, those goals, just kind of one than the other?
Yeah, I think that, and also just we were on that 3-game losing streak, so we just kind of had that built-up energy of like, screw this, like we're just going to get after it, not sitting back at all and just kind of getting after the game. And I think we were just all on the same page. I think I mentioned that after the New York game, that we're close to being on the same page, and I think that game we saw us just all be on the same page and working together, and good things happen when you're on the same page.
Yeah, with the Canada call-up, obviously the World Cup is coming here in a few months. It feels like every kid's dream to play in a World Cup, but then having the chance to play one in your home country. Just what does the idea of that do for you?
It's amazing. I try not to think about it too often, just because it's not a stressor, but just it's something that I can control but can't really control at the end of the day. So it's just I'm going about it every day with at club, just trying to be the best I can, and help out club. And then when I get called up, try to be the best I can be there. But I don't try to think too much about it because I kind of get in my head about it. But the short answer is it'd be an unbelievable experience if I get called in for that World Cup. And probably the biggest stress would be trying to get tickets for my family to some of those games, because I think it's going to be hard. But
Kind of along those lines, just what are your goals personally for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think I kind of turned a new page just with being true to myself and just trying to be the best version of myself. So just trying to help the team as much as possible, I guess. Whether that's starting a game or coming on the last 5 minutes, or staying later after practice, trying to help younger guys, just trying to help everyone as much as I can, and just trying to be as happy as I can every day, because I feel like when I'm happy, I'm playing my best soccer. So just enjoying life, I guess, is my goal for the rest of the year, because I think I'm at my best when I'm enjoying life. Yeah.
Jacob, to start off the game last week, you had a couple moments that maybe didn't go your way, and then by the end of your shift, you had 2 assists and man of the match candidate and all that. How do you adjust that in game, and how do you kind of switch your focus and continue on, even if things maybe don't pan out right away?
Yeah, I think you refer to that first one that I had when Hani played me in behind. I think there's still moments where I'm on the right side that feel a bit foreign to me, because when I'm on my left, it just feels so smooth and easy. But then when it's on my right side, sometimes it's just working through those wrinkles of just feeling comfortable with my right foot and just getting back to the basics. But I'll be honest, Hani came up to me and he was just like, you got to have that killer mentality and just do what you want to do and do it with like no fear. And I feel like he mentioned that shortly after like one of those happened, and I think one of the next times I got the ball, I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna try to get a touch out and get a cross in the box, and Hani made me look really good because it was not a good cross. But same with Sam on the second one, I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna get after this guy and try to get a cross in. So that's the nice part about having two DPs in the box. They make you look good on sometimes a bad cross. So I think it's having your teammates boost you in the right times, and Hani's been really good about that from the first game I got here. So.
And you mentioned that Atlanta rivalry for the fans. On the pitch, for the players, is there anything special about facing Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, certainly for a lot of us that have been here for a while now, I think it certainly means a lot to us. We don't try to think about maybe what it means to them, but for us, there's a lot going into it. So. Yeah, I think we have maybe a little bit more energy than another game, just to get out there and get after it and get that win that rivalry win for the fans too. So yeah, it's not too much.
Jacob, this has been like an up and down season for you, and for many reasons, especially competition. One of them. I mean, there's a lot of good guys there playing in your position, but it seems to me, at least to me, and you touched a little bit on this already, that in the last game you were more relaxed. Mm-hmm. You felt like happy, like you said, and felt better and actually contributed very well to the team. Was that probably what I was missing from your personality, to just not stress yourself so much and just be yourself inside?
Yeah, I think for a lot of the year, you go up and down, and you're not playing as much, and you're always trying to read into all these choices and decisions that are made. But I think within the last month kind of came to that realization that you can't control that as much. You can only control how hard you work, and just like those little things. So I feel like I've kind of gotten after that. Just enjoyed my life with my wife and my daughter a lot more, seeing friends outside the facility as well. So just kind of, like I was saying, just getting a lot more enjoyment off the field. And I think that's kind of translated to on the field enjoyment and just being more relaxed.
And then you already said something about how you crossed those two assists different ways this past game. Is it a better feeling when you do it with the weak, with your weak foot instead of the other one?
No, I mean, when it's a good cross on my right, it feels good. But that one came off, I said, I don't know if that's going to be a good cross. And then Hani made it look really good. So, I was kind of laughing right after he scored because I was like, geez, I haven't had an assist all year. And that's how I get my first assist off like kind of a bad cross. So, it feels good when I get an assist with my right foot. It definitely gets my confidence going. But it also feels good to be able to go on my left foot and right foot now.
We'll go to Jacob on the Zoom.
Yeah, Jacob, last Saturday, BJ mentioned how you were asked to maybe defend a little bit differently, and you kind of rose to the occasion against Orlando. I guess, how has that part of your game developed over the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, my defending always needs a lot of work. But I would say it's just kind of understanding what the team needs, and it's not like sprinting on a defender sometimes. Maybe it's going 80%. And helping my teammates get in a better position. And just little things tactically that maybe I haven't focused as much on in previous teams. But now with BJ, it's a bit more tactical. So just understanding that and really diving into it and being the best I can with the tactical version is something that I've worked on and feel like I've gotten better at, but still a lot of room for improvement.
And, you played with Hani in 2022, late 2022, when he won the Golden Boot, and now, last week Sam Surridge took the lead in the Golden Boot race back with his pair of goals against Orlando. I guess what would playing with a second, Golden Boot winner here at Nashville SC mean to you and mean to the club, just knowing that everybody kind of plays a role in that success that Sam is having?
Yeah, I mean, I would be insanely happy for Sam. He's one of my best friends on the team, so. I couldn't be happy for him how his season's gone so far, and to help contribute even only for one of his however many goals he has is still I'm still happy to get up there. But yeah, it goes to show how much the team is behind him and just how we've been working together and how happy I guess we all are for him that he's doing well. I mean, even all the strikers are happy for him. Like, you see Hani giving him PKs to take. It's really cool to see from the start for me, like from being here from 2022 to now, and seeing the growth that Hani has in that aspect as well. Where sometimes in 2022 he might take a shot, he slips it to Sam, and that stuff for me is really cool to see. And yeah, we would be also happy for Sam if he got that golden boot.
All right, thanks so much, Jacob. Thank you guys. We'll see everyone Saturday.
Thank you.
Guys, take care.